5/15/23. Judge Wayne C. Wooten, Attorney Frank J. Bankowitz. Whole wide world. Perspective. Merriam-Webster's dictionary. I wonder how many people are going to actually look up the definition to see if it's the same. I wonder also how many website hits the word perspective will get. Definition 1. The science of painting or drawing so that objects represented have apparent depth and distance. 2. The aspect in which a subject or its parts are mentally viewed, a view of things, as objects or events in their true relationship or relative importance. Please review so everyone has a clear, better understanding of my continued concerns, hindrances, questions, and frustrations with the justice system and the solid absolute remissness of my case and the due process of I am and have been waiting very patiently and maintaining what I can since no one else has or will, it seems. And I feel at this point, 6 attorneys later, 39 months, almost 3.5 years, which I will make and not by choice. I need to make all aware of my immense struggle with the extreme mismanagement of my case to date. Let's look at the bigger picture or perspective to get a better view of what I've had more than enough time to see and realize. I'm hoping by doing so, eyes can finally be open and very overdue, longed for progress and finalization can be had. The growing amass of ignorance, manipulation, slander, and advantageous gain must stop. My truth needs to be heard, and it is my right. Do not fire me rights, expecting me not to fully utilize them. I voted for the president and governor while here in jail, and stop violating what I've been trying to utilize or lessen the value of my capabilities and opportunities. I am not apologetic in any way for being an observant, hardworking, above average, non-stereotypical inmate. I can only imagine, sadly, how others, not as outspoken as myself, have been and are being mistreated, overlooked, and dehumanized. Get it together. Judge Wayne C. Wooten. 1. At what point do you evaluate and intercede in a case to make sure there is proper advancement, regular communication between the attorney and client, ethical treatment of client is being upheld, timeframes are being met, etc.? Clearly, you know of and have known of the prolongation of my difficulties from your comments regarding my letters, but with no intervention from you to change anything for a better, less problematic process. You've told me in the past when I've tried to voice my legitimate concerns to you in the courtroom 5 times total in 3.3 years, and in my letters to save it for my next attorney, if anything at all. Do tell, Your Honor, which attorney? I'm on my 6th, whom I've not seen in person for over another 3-month period, 12 weeks, 89 days, and counting. Frank J. Bankowitz has been appointed as my attorney by the court to represent me in my case and has been for 10 months and counting. Total approximate hours of representation, 7,200. Total times attorney met with client, Sarah Boone, 6. Phone numbers given to client by attorney, 2. Phone calls answered from client by attorney, 0. Outside sources calling attorney on behalf of client, 3. Phone calls, emails, voicemails answered by attorney, 0. Letters client sent to attorney trying to communicate, 7. Letters defendant client sent to judge trying to communicate, animate attorney in unsuccessfulness, 5. 15-minute video visits between attorney and client, 3. Attended court dates scheduled, 2. I was an attempted withdrawal, the other an allowance to finally be included in my PTC, which was the same information carried over from all the others. Now what? 2. Why are you enabling my constitutional rights to be continuously violated? History lesson for everyone. First Amendment, 4th Amendment, 5th Amendment, 6th Amendment, 8th Amendment, 14th Amendment. 3, why am I being judged for my legitimate letters I write in order to know the status of my case or attorney, and how much longer before something substantial occurs in the progress of 3.3 years later, other than the inappropriate prejudgments being made due to the excessive amount of my case information online, bigger and meaner fabrications of my case, sensitive details in which I have not seen, and even greater mind-numbing one-sided ignorance. If I didn't write my letters, would you or anyone else be aware of all my rightful concerns still and ongoing? Is a perpetual question mark over a defendant's head the norm during a case due to inactivity, no communication, no help or intervention or answers being given by anyone in the justice system? Honestly, what has been done about or with any of my letters other than being scanned, uploaded incorrectly? I made sure to correct everyone as up to speed on my case status. Unfortunately, it is all I have to report at this time. 4, why are you allowing numerous case safety and protection elements to be breached, violated, manipulated? Why has a gag order never been implemented? My case has turned into an unnecessary witch hunt from the innumerable violations of my case details being leaked and racketeered illegally in exchange for website hits, viewer ratings, etc., in exchange for money. What is your cut, Your Honor? You choose who knows what, where, and how in your courtroom. When did court minutes become live? Are you the one who authorizes the upload to the internet? It's all about how much rather than how did it happen, no matter the destruction caused in the meantime and is irreparable. It's not even about the suitcase anymore. My case is now a global event with the video receiving over 3 million hits, depending on the website, in turn making me realize that's over 3 million less unprejudiced, unbiased, non-discriminatory, fair jurors I will have access to on my case. How's that going to work? Now what? 5, factoring important private details should not be made ready and available for the world to know about before I, the defendant, does. Correct? This is wrong, unconstitutional, unfair, and not how justice is supposed to work for anyone. I'm tired of having motives attributed to me that are unreal, assumed, and inappropriate. This is not legal. 6, this is what a trial is for, correct? 7, at this point, what can even be rightfully suppressed in my case? Once you ring the bell, it cannot be unrung. It's already been heard and seen. I don't even know where the bell is or who's ringing it. 8, when do I, the main component in my case, actually get to know, see, hear everything everyone else already has? When am I going to be included also? 9, when is the next status hearing you stated would happen before my PTC 7/11/23, my attorney's 1-year mark? Am I included? 10, what else can I do to ensure the productivity, communication, incorruptibility, appropriation, and intellectualism of my case? It is my right to know so I can begin or continue for true progress of any kind to finally be succeeded. Attorney Frank J. Benkowitz. 1, where are you? Our last in person was February 15th, 2023, 3 months. 2, when is our next meeting? Remember, please, there are still time-sensitive matters pressing. FYI, in the 10 months of your representation, here are the 6 meeting dates which have occurred so you can see prospectively the massive time gaps in between while I've been sitting eagerly waiting, wondering. 2022, July 14th, August 2nd, August 22nd, September, October, November, December. 2023, January 20th, February 3rd, February 15th, March, April, May, to date. 3, why aren't you fixing either of the 2 phone numbers you gave me upon your appointment back in July 11, 2022? Every time I ask you about, it's a different excuse. Much progress can be had in a very expeditious manner if completed. Why has it not almost a year later? Why do you keep telling me to call when you know they don't work? As said before, public defenders answer their calls and reply to mail. Why are you unable or unwilling? See the difference it will make. 4, our agreement made from one of my letters I wrote earlier this year after not hearing from you in a solid 5 months prior was to connect every 2 weeks with or without any significant progress. Why have you not been upholding this agreement even in a 15-minute video visit? Remember, a phone call is another option and not as difficult technologically. A working number is needed, just one. 5, what are your anticipated dates of completion for anything already discussed and will eventually, when you do actually show up for an in-person scheduled meeting? There are 1,000 little fires needing to be put out. You're holding the fire hose. Please see from my perspective the botched eye-rolling experience I'm going through still and how I believe anyone would act or do if in my side doing the same. What would you do? What would you do? Do not fault me in trying to make the best, most successful outcome possible for myself in every aspect in the convoluted predicament I am in and have been over the last 3.3 years. I would rather be called a narcissist, pain in the ass, arrogant, strange, or whatever else anyone wants to waste their time to think of. Just don't call me a murderer, which I am not. No one knows me except for the ludicrous insanity that's been made up, mocked, edited, and spewed all over the internet. It's not me. I'm hoping and praying my highly anticipated day will come, whenever that will be. It's God's timing. I continue to wait smiling. At least everyone will know I'm not sitting around eating bonbons watching soap operas. Application is the product of the lesson. Give me my chance appropriately, correctly, and fairly in court. Unfortunately, my perspective of our justice system is incredibly dim and dull. I hope my very overdue blinding light has shone brightly for all to see a glimpse of how it really works. And being a system, we all have to work together to function in unison. Please help see the difference I'm trying to be and make. Waiting and wondering, keeping it real, now what? Sarah Boone. Jana Banana, Tallahassee's Ethics Bay. A poem by Mentor Lawyer. Read to you by Sarah Pribis. If you are sitting in jail, charged with a murder, and your life is a big fail, here's how to restore order. If you are a murderer, keep the chill on. Get Jana Banana on order, and she will get you $1 million. This is the story of Adam, who was sitting behind bars, charged with the murder of Adam, his life revealed as a big farce. But then came the lawyer, and the scheming started to work. They helped him profit from murder when Jana Banana applied torque. Out are the lawyers fighting Adam. In are the lawyers working with Adam. Fudged is the alternate beneficiary. Lawyers celebrate like an anniversary. Ching, 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 bring the money in. Fudge the little girl, the murderer is king. Who is Jana Banana, the girl from Copacabana? No, it is Jana McConaughey, Tallahassee's Ethics Bay. By Mentor Lawyer. Jana is the Tallahassee lawyer who helped murderer Adam Frasch profit from his murder of Samira Frasch while he was still sitting in jail waiting for trial on the first-degree murder of Samira, whom Adam called Sam. Jana was recruited by attorneys David Frank and Eric Abrahamson to take over as personal representative of Samira's estate, as those lawyers fought to remove the former representative in an effort to gain control over the money-making opportunities in the case. Jana accepted the position and gladly complied. One of her first actions was to fire the lawyer who was suing Adam and replace him with David Frank and Eric Abrahamson. Then David and Eric put together the deal that stole the life insurance benefit from Samira's daughter Hira, the rightful beneficiary, and instead gave the money to the killer Adam. In the process, by taking the life insurance funds and giving the funds to the killer, these lawyers were able to ensure that a large chunk of the life insurance money was paid directly to lawyers. More than $325,000 of the $1 million plus interest life insurance benefit went to lawyers, including $125,000 to the lawyers who recruited Jana Banana into this scheme. Eric and David, $200,000 to Adam's criminal defense attorney, $25,000 to Adam's civil attorney, and over $14,000 to lawyers who were supposed to be protecting children involved in this deal. Then, after all of this was done, Jana Banana had her lawyers try to get sanctions against Mentor Lawyer in every effort he made to right this wrong. And eventually, she got over $35,000 in sanctions against Mentor Lawyer, a sanction imposed by a former judge who was a long-term friend of David Frank, who was now a judge himself. Jana Banana interfered in the wrongful death action long after being discharged from her role as personal representative of the estate of Samira Frasch. On top of that, she never even finished the job. Law enforcement has a ton of Samira's assets, which they confiscated for the criminal case, ready to be returned, but no one to accept them, because she closed the estate case as soon as possible once Mentor Lawyer brought out what she and others did wrong in the case.
That is why Jana Banana gets her own poem on my channel. Cheers, Jana Banana. Hope you enjoy my money. Just like Adam and his family are enjoying how they took you for a ride. That is right, folks. I don't even believe Jana Banana realized that she was being made part of a scheme. At least, not at first. I think Jana Banana was an easy ride for the scheming podiatrist and the other lawyers involved. And by the time she realized what was going on, with my help, that she realized that she was being used, she had two options. undo the injustice that was done, or pretend that there is some rational basis behind what these people did. In other words, accept your mistake and fix it, or double down. To me, she decided to double down, even triple down, instead of owning her mistake and helping right the wrong that happened under her watch. Oh well, maybe Jana should have paid more attention in her ethics class. I do not do this type of video lightly. I want you to know that I have given Jana Banana and her cohorts many chances to reverse course, do the right thing, and amicably resolve the issues. Instead, Jana chose to fight me, to prevent me from doing what I'm doing to restore justice for Samira's daughter and for Samira's mom. In my opinion, her attorneys have been fighting a dirty fight against me, doing anything and everything that they can to keep the status quo and to prevent justice from prevailing in this matter, including sending me with threats that they will seek sanctions for anything and everything I do in the case. So what do you think? Should I work with FSU film students and Ladybug and make a movie about what Jana Banana and her cohorts did? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Mentor Lawyer.
Today's date is February 27, 2020. The time now is approximately 17:48 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I'm currently located at 4748 France Lane, apartment number 2.
France Court.
France Court? You sure?
That's what I always park up. Yeah, because you can see it on the sign over there on the 4749. It's France Court.
Okay, France Court.
Yeah, it's weird. For some reason, all of the signs are on the opposites, are on the wrong side
On the
of the
wrong,
building.
yeah, the
So
further
that's
side.
apartment 8 there, and the sign's right there on that one.
Gotcha. Okay. France Court. Apartment number 2 at the Tealwood Parks apartment. And I'm speaking with, can you state your name?
It's Brandon Knights.
And your date of birth?
April 19th, year 2000.
Okay. And you reside at this apartment, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you said that you've been living here since January of 2019?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. On Sunday, which would have been...
The 24th?
Let's just double check. Sunday was the 23rd.
23rd.
Were you home that day?
I would have come home a little late that evening, but I would have been here around 8, 9 o'clock. I would have gotten in around 8 or 9 o'clock.
PM.
Yes.
Okay. And so your apartment is right next to apartment number 3. Does your apartment share walls with theirs?
My bedroom shares wall with the lower half of their apartment.
The lower half, okay. Do you recall hearing anything coming from apartment 3 while you were, after you had gotten home?
Around 10:30 or 11 o'clock, there was a very loud crashing sound where I believe, I'm not sure, I haven't been in their apartment like my roommate, but I believe is the location of the staircase.
Okay, so
a little bit above.
a very loud, you said crashing sound?
Yeah, like it sounded like something had been like falling down the stairs. Because it started up high and then it ended low.
Okay. And when you heard the loud crashing sound, did you hear any voices? Like, could you make out if you heard a male or female's voice?
I couldn't hear anything, no.
Okay. Is that normal for you to hear noises coming from their apartment?
Not loud. But
Not that loud?
Not that loud.
Okay.
But I'll regularly hear like thudding sounds, like stuff being like slammed against the wall or something like that.
Okay. Have you ever heard voices? Have you ever been determined?
I've always kind of like tuned out if I was hearing voices.
If you heard something, you can. Okay. But you have heard loud loud noises in the past, but not as loud as you had heard on Sunday night.
No, it had never been that. I felt the walls shake
Okay.
as the sound happened.
And, do you know either of them? Like, do you know...
I've had a few brief interactions with them.
Okay.
But I don't...
Like, do you know who lives there? Like,
yes.
Can you describe who lives there for me?
It is a sort of, I guess, like, middle-aged... I don't know, like, around 40s, blonde woman.
Okay.
And a Hispanic gentleman? I believe so. I haven't interacted with him much. I've spoken to her a few times.
You've spoken to her a few times. Okay. Anyone else live there?
I believe they have a little boy.
A small child. Okay. Okay. When you have seen them around, how do they appear to you?
They almost always seem either, like, tired or, like, tweaked out.
Tweaked out?
Yeah.
Okay. The conversations you had, the interactions you've had with the female, like, what do you mean interactions?
I remember one night she slept on the back porch of my apartment for some reason.
Okay.
I don't remember much, but I just remember, like, looking out the shade and seeing her, like, laid down.
Okay. Do you recall, like, maybe what month this was?
I couldn't say. It was pretty early when I moved in. I would say the summer of 2019.
Summer of 2019. Okay. Did you wake her, or?
No, I just...
Okay. And by sleeping, you guys all have, like, a cement area, right?
Yes.
Like a back patio?
Yes.
But it's not enclosed?
No.
Was she in a chair, on the ground?
Like,
or?
on the ground.
On the ground. Okay.
I don't have any chairs on our back porch.
Okay. Any other run-ins with her? Things you've witnessed with her?
I was coming home from class one night. I would not be able to give you a time period on this.
Sure,
I don't
yeah.
remember when it is. And I was waiting on my roommate to get home because I had left my keys in the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember she came over and was talking to me for a minute, and it was very visible that, like, she was talking to me because she didn't want to be in her apartment.
Okay.
I don't know why, like, I didn't ask, but it was just very evident that she didn't want to be there.
Do you remember anything she was saying?
No.
Her demeanor?
She seemed, like, skittish, like, nervous.
Okay.
I don't remember anything we talked about because, in complete honesty, when I was just, it was in one ear and out the other.
Right,
I
yeah,
was
you were just kind of,
responding
right.
with vague nothing.
Okay. Did she appear to be on anything at that point, or just she seemed nervous?
She seemed nervous.
Okay.
She didn't seem, like, high or anything. She just seemed out of it.
Okay.
I would chalk it up to be more, like, tired and paranoid or nervous, stuff like that.
Okay. And any other interactions with her?
No. Honestly, from the few times I had spoken to her, like, anytime I saw her, I kind of just tried to go straight into my apartment.
Right.
There's a few times where I would walk past and she'd say hi or something, and I would just kind of lie and be like, oh, I'm only going to be here for, like, 10 minutes. I just got to change and head back to class or something. Like, I try to avoid.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you ever witness either of them on their back porch patio?
No, I don't walk that direction.
Okay.
I don't have any reason to go like that.
Right. You guys don't have any, like, dogs or anything that you have to
I don't
walk?
have any pets.
There you go. Okay. Any interactions with the Hispanic male?
No, not that I can recall.
No? Okay. Okay, is there anything else that you think is important for me to know about
Nothing.
them and anything you've heard or witnessed between the two of them?
It seemed like an abusive relationship. Just from every time I heard them, every time like I saw the two of them, it seemed rough.
Okay. Okay.
It's one of those things where like he was a bad guy. He was a bad guy.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you think is important for me to know?
Nothing I can think of. No.
Okay. Do you mind raising your right hand for me? Do you promise and swear everything we've talked about has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Everything I've said is true as far as I can recall.
Yep, perfect. All right, this ends the recording at 17:57 hours.
A Poem for Jana Banana by Mentor Lawyer. If you're sitting in jail, charged with a murder, and your life is a big fail, here's how to restore order. If you're a murderer, keep the chill on. Get Jana Banana on order, and she will get you $1,000,000. This is the story of Adam, who was sitting behind bars, charged with the murder of Sam, his life revealed as a big farce. But then came the lawyer, and the scheming started to work. They helped him profit from murder when Jana Banana applied torque. Out are the lawyers fighting Adam. In are the lawyers working with Adam. Fudged is the alternate beneficiary. Lawyers celebrate like an anniversary. Ching, ching, ching! Bring the money in. Fudge the little girl. The murderer is king. Who is Jana Banana? The girl from Copacabana? No, it is Jana McConaughey, Tallahassee's Ethics Bay. By Mentor Lawyer. I hope you like this poem I wrote in honor of Jana McConaughey. Jana is a Tallahassee lawyer who helped murderer Adam Frasch profit from his murder of wife Samira Frasch while he was still sitting in jail waiting for trial on the first-degree murder of Samira, whom Adam called Sam. Jana was recruited by attorneys David Frank and Eric Abrahamson to take over as personal representative of Samira's estate, as those lawyers fought to remove the former personal representative in an effort to gain control over the money-making opportunities in the case. Jana accepted the position and gladly complied. One of her first big actions was to fire the lawyer who was suing Adam and Adam's father, and replace him with David Frank and Eric Abrahamson. Then, David and Eric put together the deal that stole the life insurance benefit from Samira's daughter, Hira, the rightful beneficiary, and instead gave the money to the killer, Adam. In the process, by taking the life insurance funds and giving them to the killer, these lawyers were able to ensure that a large chunk of the life insurance money was paid directly to lawyers. Why? Because the killer knew that he was not entitled to that money, so he was willing to share some of it with lawyers who let him get a hands on that money. More than $325,000 of the $1 million plus interest life insurance benefit went to lawyers, including $125,000 to Eric and David, $200,000 to Adam's criminal defense attorney, $25,000 to Adam's civil attorney, and over $14,000 of the life insurance money went to lawyers who were supposed to be protecting children involved in this deal. Then, after all of this was done, Jana Banana had her lawyers try to get sanctions against me, Mentor Lawyer, in every effort I made to right this wrong once I learned about it. And eventually she did get sanctions against me, over $35,000. While she interfered in the wrongful death action long after being discharged from her role as personal representative of the state of Samira Frasch, in her efforts to stop me from undoing this deal. On top of that, she never even finished the job that she undertook as personal representative of the state. Law enforcement has a ton of Samira's assets: computers, phones, iPads, many valuables, which they confiscated for the criminal case as evidence. Those items are ready to be returned to family, but there's no one to accept it because Jana Banana closed the case as soon as she could once all the lawyers made some money, and after I brought out the fact that she made some huge mistakes, such as allowing the killer to profit from murder. She just wanted to close it out and run. That is why Jana gets her own poem on my channel. Cheers to Jana Banana. I hope you enjoy my money, Jana Banana, just like Adam and his family are enjoying how they took Jana Banana for a ride. That is right. I don't even believe Jana Banana did any of it on purpose. I think Jana Banana was an easy ride for the scheming podiatrist and for the other lawyers involved. And now, she's just doubling down, tripling down. Instead of owning her mistake and helping right the wrong that happened under her watch, she's after me, who's trying to do what's right. Oh well, maybe Jana McConaughey, aka Jana Banana, should have paid more attention in her ethics class in law school. Thanks for watching Mentor Lawyer. Until next time.